But it's when we get to the first and most important commandment that everything comes into sharp focus. I am the Lord your God. Do not worship any other gods besides me. The phrase in the original Hebrew doesn't mean that God is the first in a whole lineup of competing gods and allegiances, although even that would be at least a start for many today. Rather, God is to be everything, the very ground of our being, and there's to be no other competing god or allegiance in his sight. Well, like the idolaters who partied around the golden calf, competing gods and allegiances are everywhere. We have fashioned a world, a lifestyle, and a moral system after the image of our own desires. And we can skip over the more obvious suspects in our modern pantheon of false gods and allegiances. The drugs, the immodesty, the materialism, the laziness, the worship of musicians, actors, and athletes, our fascination with the occult, nihilism, stupidity, androgyny, sexual idolatry, and false religions. The mother of all idolatry is the one that's so common and accepted, it doesn't even show up on most of our radar screens. And that is the idol of self or self-will, what the Satanist and favorite prophet of the rock world, Aleister Growley, summed up in his Magna Carta. Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. Contrary to Hollywood, Halloween, and popular opinion, being satanic has little to do with devil worship or human sacrifice. The Bible defines it as simply pride, wanting to live one's own life according to one's own ideas and desires. And it's interesting to note that those who have openly rejected Christianity and have embraced the occult say precisely the same thing.
You're worshiping yourself when you worship Satan.
As Marilyn Manson noted in his autobiography, Satanism is about worshiping yourself because you are responsible for your own good and evil.
We feel that all religions are coming around to Satanism. We're in the very throes of a new satanic age. The evidence is all around us. All we have to do is look at it. And we feel that there's no reason why these people shouldn't just flip the coin completely over and simply call themselves what religion has called them for many, many years. Call them devil worshippers, or disciples of evil, or Satanists. Of course, it's very hard for a person to hang an uncomplimentary label on themselves. And for this reason, for many years, there will be people practicing Satanism as good Christians or other religions. And they will instinctively pursue the very same things that we are, as they always have.
Jesus was perhaps never more prophetic than when he announced, "Enter by the narrow gate, for the gate is wide and the way is spacious that leads to destruction." These words were echoed by the occult magazine Gnosis. If there's anything horrifying in its teachings, it's that these are the principles by which most people live most of the time, usually without admitting it even to themselves. Yes, many of us, perhaps even most of us, still pay lip service to the God of heaven. But notice something very important here. So did they. On the eve of their idolatrous festival, the man who fashioned the golden calf announced, "Tomorrow shall be a feast to the Lord." In other words, hey, our hearts are in the right place, we're cool with God, we're just expressing it in our own way. Well, they couldn't have been more wrong and more deceived.